because if the boss has to move because there's something on the floor, or if I have to move because of a seed or something, I just lose so much damage. So I have to know the right time to put my shit on the ground. So that really affects how well I parse and how much damage I do. If I'm not familiar with the boss, if I'm not familiar with when the boss is going to do whatever, I can have wildly varying damage numbers. What, Porky? How are you? Vita out here being a only spam. Yeah. Why do you prefer healer and hots but damage in WoW? I actually prefer healer everywhere except WoW. And even in WoW, all of my ults are healers. I have a Holy Priest and a Resto Druid. But WoW is the only place I play a damage character. It's kind of weird. In every other game, I play some variation of a healer. See me as that career medic / engineer player in PlanetSide. Like, I generally only heal, right? Mercy for life. I don't know about that. A lot of women main hunter or druid. I don't know about that. Oh, we've got somebody. It's a report already. Hold on. Cancel. I need to report first. Only healer Mercy. Yeah, I don't use guns. What is your rank? Right now, gold 4. I just got demoted. Maybe I should stop healing. I don't know. Play more damage. Yeah. Mercy does have a gun. She does. But, like, miss me with that shit. Also, miss me with missing everything. I'm not good at shooting. Like, in PlanetSide, I always did either medic or engineer. Or both, if possible. Like, glue gun, I'm here to fix your car. I'm here to fix your armor. I drop you bullets on the ground. I build turrets. I'll put mines on the ground. Anything but shoot people. I will do anything but shoot people. PlanetSide 1 and 2. Overwatch, yeah, mostly Mercy. You know, some Lucio, some Anna, some of Moira. Was that her name? The lady who shoots the cat pee. Big about that, spraying people all the time. We did do some stuff in your harasser, Tigsy. That was a good time. Yeah, that's why Anna's hard, though. The piss wizard. Oh my god. True, though. Enemy team is quaking right now with our shitty double support comp. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. How are you going to react to this, Brightwing Malfurion? I don't know. They're yelling at each other.
I heed the voice of Elune.
Is this ranked? Unfortunately, yes. I had to already report one of them for using slurs, but I had to report someone for using slurs. And then I don't know what's going on. With the TM. I can't double soak though. I guess I'll top and they're gonna have to rotate mid bot. I feel like that's the only way that will work.
Combat begins shortly.
I can off lane, top, and port in if you guys can rotate mid bot. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Our teammates were weird last game too. I mean, I feel like we played okay last game, but if you remember the chat, it was fucking weird. And then now we've got this.
3, 2, 1.
It's not a holiday or a weekend on one hand, but on the other hand, what really is happening? I think he's asking us to speak Spanish, but like, I don't have that. Why are they insulting Porky? He's not here. Porky was just being a pal in the chat. Porky not here in the game. Porky and I had a hilarious game last night. We threw, but it was honestly an enjoyable experience, you know? Oh my god, she moved at the exact nanosecond. Did you see how close Sylvanas came to death there? Oh my god. Girl. Tyrande almost destroyed Sylvanas. Battle for Azeroth, by the way. Okay. That jump from Sylv saved them from spreading like a double living bomb, so that's good. Dude, maybe we'll confuse them with our weird team comp. It happens. This is Storm League. People win with weird team comps, like, literally all the time. He burrowed in. Get him, Sylv! Get him! Fucking told you. Give him the old 1-2 Teldrassil punch.
An excellent heal.
Alright, hear me out though. What if in Shadowlands we fight Sylvanas and Nathanos comes out, right? Nathanos is dead. Tyrande killed him. So his soul is in the Shadowlands somewhere. Not that Sylvanas gives a fuck. Which, we're doing the Sylvanas fight, and then Nathanos' soul comes out. And he's like, Sylvanas, you used to love me, and I died just so we could be together. And then you used me and threw me away. Truly, you are evil. And then Sylva's like, oh, fuck, you're right. I forgot what love is. And then while she's distracted, we kill her. And then we just kill Nathanos again, too, for good measure, because fuck that guy. Wouldn't that be fun? That'd be fun for me. I'd enjoy that.
Well done, healer.
That would feel really good for me because everybody always memes on Nathanos like getting replaced by the jailer romantically with Sylvanas. So we could meme on that a little. But then kill them both because they both fucking suck. Tyrande Tyrande got all the fun last time. I'd like some killing the Thanos fun. And also killing Sylvanas. Is that something actually that's what I want to have happen? This is my hope, my goal, that's what I would like to see happen.
This realm turns against you.
We actually haven't seen anything from Nathanos since Tyrande killed him in the pre-patch. Nobody knows what happened. Maybe nobody cares. Clearly Sylvanas doesn't care, so maybe we shouldn't care either. You know. Okay, I'm coming. Maybe it's just not important. But presumably his soul would go to the Maw because all souls go to the Maw now. And that's where he would be. If Sylvanas recovered his soul and like put it in a jar or something. No one's told us that, so. I mean, Thanos comes out and lecture. The reason I thought of that is because the last time we saw, when last we saw Sylvanas Windrunner was the cinematic you get after you have done layer 1 of the Twisting Corridors and you have killed Sire Denathrius in Castle Nathria, Castle Nathan, right? You get one cutscene after you do the Twisting Corridors layer 1, and in that cutscene, Sylvanas talks to Anduin, and Anduin is like, nah, bitch, and then that's it. And then the second cutscene you get, assuming you've killed Sire Denathrius, is when the jailer reforges Charlemagne, Anduin's sword that used to be Varian's sword, into a Morn blade, into a Frostmourne, basically. And then Sylvanas goes and tells Anduin they're going to force him to work for the jailer, presumably kill him and use his soul. I don't know, they don't really, she doesn't elaborate on how, just that they're going to. So that's the last we see Sylvanas. They turn Anduin's sword into a Frostmourne, and then she tells Anduin that they're gonna make him serve. You will be made to serve as a weapon for the jailer's plan. But during that speech, Anduin questions why Sylvanas cares so much and why she tries so hard to make him agree that if she's capable of forcing him, why doesn't she just do it that way anyway? And then Anduin has this kind of thought that Sylvanas was never given the choice by Arthas, right? Arthas kills her and then raises her up, and that's that. So she's trying to prove to herself that she's still better than Arthas by giving Anduin this choice, and then Anduin points out that it's really no choice at all. If he can comply or die and be forced to comply, it's really kind of a hollow choice. Anyway, during that conversation, Sylvanas has this moment where she's like, we're never given a choice, and the Shadowlands aren't fair because even when you die and come here, you don't get to choose what happens to you after you die. The Arbiter chooses what happens to you after you die. And then she has this moment where she goes, we didn't even get to choose. And then she stops herself and she's like, it doesn't matter. But what was Sylva about to say? What does she hold back? What does she cut off? What thing? We didn't even get to choose who we ... What was she saying? And it feels like a very emotional moment and a very emotional beat. So what was it? Who is we? Yeah, who we what? We is her and anyone else who died and anyone else who's been treated unfairly. That's who we is. We is her and everyone else there. But Yeah, it does sound like it's some love bullshit. Exactly, it does. It sounds like she's about to say we don't even get to choose who we love or
The time is now, heroes.
you know what? That's what it feels like.
In my name.
So what if it is love? What if it's love? And then we get Nathan, we get Nathanos back out here to tell Sylvanas, like, you loved me and I died to be with you. Plus we killed my cousin to make me hot for you. And then you threw me away. You threw me away, Sylvanas. You used me like you used so many others. Why, Sylvanas? I hope so. Give me some melodramatic soap opera bullshit. Lay it on thick. I want it thick like butter. I want to spread it on toast and eat it. I want that melodrama so thick. Fucking give it to me. Blizzard.
Triple kill.
How did we end up with double healers on both sides? On our side, because someone was trolling. On their side, I think because they were confused about our trolling. It could be or who we become. I guess it could be, but Syl keeps talking about how she didn't come this far only to falter and how she's going to make it fair for everyone. And she's almost like a Daenerys where she's like, we're going to break the wheel, right? Hydrate, you got it. But I don't know where they, I don't know exactly where they take it, but I would like it to be laid on that fucking thick just because it would be funny for me. I don't like Nathanos and I don't like Sylvanas, and I did not like the entire last expansion, so I'm okay with getting some cheesy over-the-top bullshit here to palate cleanse us from whatever the fuck Battle for Azeroth was supposed to be.
Take the altars and put an end to the Gravekeeper.
Poor Daenerys, man. Poor last 2 episodes of Game of Thrones. People say the last season, but it wasn't even the last season. It was just the last 2 episodes. The last 2 episodes where they tried to cram an entire season, maybe even 2 seasons worth of character development into 2 episodes. I don't think Daenerys becoming a bad guy is itself a bad move. I think trying to moosh it into 2 episodes of content, it was just
Enough of this charade. Bring down the
so eye-roll worthy and cheap. Daenerys spends the entirety of the show, what it was 8 seasons, so 7.5 seasons, trying to prove she's not crazy and evil like the rest of her family, and then over the course of 2 episodes becomes crazy and evil like the rest of her family with little to no buildup. Is amazing. Great times. But Sylvanas does have that whole vibe of wanting to break the wheel and break the cycle and all of that. That's kind of her goal, right? But she's lost herself along the way a while ago. Probably Cataclysm. Maybe even earlier than that. But Sylvanas lost herself along the way. And Anduin has bluntly and thickly pointed that out to us. Just, it lays it all out there. There's still some hints of the Ranger General in there. And she's like, don't! She's all sad and emotional.
Clumsy display. Treat. Knock 'em dead.
prepare yourselves.
Nah, man, Daenerys is a Targaryen. I don't think she cared about banging her nephew, even a little bit.
Bring down their keeps. Finish them already.
She's a Targaryen. If her family didn't get knocked, you know, if the whole Robert's Rebellion didn't happen and her dad stayed king, is a very real possibility she would have had to marry one of her brothers. So I don't feel like banging her nephew was like a deal breaker for Daenerys.
Mine
I don't think she cared. I don't think that was mentally very difficult for her to juggle. It's kind of what they do.
Be swift, heroes. Do not let the Gravekeeper's cronies reach the altars before you.
I don't know what's happening right now in this game. Also, we were losing and now we're winning. Now we have a triple cap on them. It's real weird, man.
You have done well, heroes. Let the Gravekeeper know my power.
We have this Deathwing situation over here.
Gravekeeper.
This is dumb. I shouldn't do this.
Our tower has fallen.
Like, I don't think the way each character ended is even bad for each character individually, right? It's just how they got there. They tried to cram, like I said, an entire season, maybe even 2 seasons worth of characters development into 2 episodes, and it's just fucking dumb, right? You can't spend years working with these characters and showing their lives and how they change and then do that in 2 episodes. It doesn't work. Jaime Lannister is one that gets people a lot too, because Jaime spent so much time on his path to redemption and becoming a good guy and breaking free of his relationship with Cersei and, you know, his building his relationship with Brienne and then dumping all of that to go back to Cersei. It seems like a crazy turn, but if you think of Jaime and Cersei's relationship in the terms more of like an addiction, they're addicted to each other. I can't quit you, right? Or like a personality disorder. They're obsessed with each other. Their lives are so intertwined. The idea that Jaime would fall off the wagon and go back to Cersei in his final moment isn't all that weird. But again, none of that internal conflict or struggle with his decisions ever comes to, he spends all this time becoming good and then just bad again. Bad again. He walks away from her and then goes back to her in the same season. It's insane. It's just so rushed. It's just so rushed, right? Daenerys succumbing to the madness of her heritage and killing a bunch of people and proving that, you know, the Targaryens really were all nuts and the dragon blood actually isn't a good thing and that she really couldn't control that. Not a bad thing. She's struggled with it for a time, but she goes from being so good, so selflessly fighting the undead for people she doesn't even know, to burning them all to a crisp, like a snap. And I know she really did literally snap, but it just was so unsatisfying. Everything with Bran, too, that's missing, like, at least a season's worth of how the fuck, what? Who had the best story? Bran. Why do you think I came all the way down here? Actually, it's a great question. Why did you come all the way down here? That's really weird. How did you fucking get here? When did that happen? Why? So many questions. It wasn't a Marvel movie, it was Star Wars. Yeah, the 2 guys who did Game of Thrones were being given a Star Wars movie. And so they might have had other projects too. But the thing I had heard, I remember at the Star Wars celebration when it was announced that they were, the Game of Thrones guys were going to do the Star Wars thing. And then it seems like Game of Thrones ended like immediately after.
The time is now, heroes. Claim the altars in my name. The altar is ours.
But Star Wars or Marvel, Disney owns them both, but also just Really, it was, yeah, they didn't want to work on it anymore because HBO offered them more money to do at least one more season, potentially 2 more seasons. Like HBO was like, no, don't end it if it doesn't make sense. Just we'll pay you more. And they were like, nah. No one asked you. I like how the troll Melf got MVP.